Lights, camera, and action.
Welcome to the I Remember Liking That Movie podcast.
Remember those childhood movies you loved? We're going to watch them again and find out if they're still as amazing as you remember. Let's get ready to join Anna and Jimmy as they go back and watch those movies you remember being oh so awesomely good. Horror movies that scared. Comedy movies that dared.
Damn!
And action movies so preposterously ludicrous that they defied the laws of common sense. Now, here's your hosts, Anna Santos and Jimmy Coates.
All right. Welcome to the I Remember Liking That Movie podcast. And today is an Anna's pick. If this movie sucks, we're done.
No. It's not if this movie sucks. It's if this movie, you don't like it.
Yeah.
Because that's a whole different, because even when you personally don't like it, you're still like, man, but it wasn't bad.
Yeah, that's true. But other than, okay, so as a child, Star Wars and Indiana Jones were the shit. That was, there's no, yeah. But then after that, my top 5 movies would be Gremlins, Ghostbusters, Back to the Future, and the movie we are reviewing today, The Goonies. And just before we started, we were talking, I had to go get a delivery, and that's because I am so confident. Now, I said this before, and I have been wrong a lot, but I am so confident that I did not have this on DVD or Blu-ray, so I pre-ordered The Goonies. I ordered The Goonies on 4K, and it just came in with special features and the Cyndi Lauper video and all that shit in 4K goodness. And I couldn't be more fucking excited to watch this movie. I have not seen this movie in a long time.
Same. And I remember loving it so much that I've been almost afraid to watch it in probably the last 10 to 15 years, just because I'm terrified of it not living up to my memory. But I'm like, no, if we're going to bite the bullet, we're going to do it as a team, and we are going to watch this movie, and we will either commiserate together or celebrate together. But either way, I was like, I remember fucking loving this movie. And it's not even, because I think I watched it when I was a little bit older. So I didn't watch it when it first released. But I watched it a little bit older, and I was like, oh my God, this is the fucking cutest movie ever. I fucking love these kids. I love pirates, booty, like an adventure. How do you not love that?
It was Indiana Jones, but with kids. It was a big adventure with kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
There were booby traps and puzzles to figure out. And there was still the friendships. Friendships are built. Friendships are solidified. There's a cause that they have that they're all working towards. And I'm like, oh God, this movie is so great. Now I'm like, man, if this movie sucks balls, I'm going to be so mad.
It was directed by Richard Donner. And we've done Superman, which we liked. We did Lethal Weapon, which we liked. He has done so many freaking movies. The Lethal Weapon. We did Scrooged, which you did not like.
I did not like Scrooged at all.
I loved it.
Nope. Did not like it.
He did The Omen. He did Lady Hawk. He did The Goonies, Scrooged, and the Lethal Weapon movies, and Radio Flyer. That was actually a sad movie, Radio Flyer. That's the one.
Honestly, I think, because I know I've seen it.
The kid that gets abused by his dad, and yeah,
I've seen it, and I've blocked it out of my memory.
That's probably
I'm like,
why.
I know for a fact I've seen it, and I cannot. My brain is like, no, you haven't. No, you know nothing. And I'm like, oh fuck, that means it was terrible.
And it was produced by Steven Spielberg. Written by Chris Columbus and Steven Spielberg. The cast, my God, Josh Brolin, who has become one of the greatest actors. I just watched a documentary on him. He was a bit of a self-admitted psycho as a child
Yeah.
and as a young man. Yeah. But he's
Yeah,
done
yeah.
so many good movies.
Oh yeah, he has.
He actually
He definitely built quite the career.
he talked about actually going to Richard Donner during this movie and saying, you know what, when they were going down that slide, that should be a euphemism of coming out of your being reborn and coming out of your mother's uterus. And Richard Donner looked at him and goes, why don't you just do what I tell you and act? And Josh Brolin was like, yeah. One of the things, I think it was Steven Spielberg or Chris Columbus, I'm not sure, did was because what's his name? Richard Donner said that it was one of a great experience and a very hard experience, and one of the worst experience working with kids.
Yeah, I can
And
see that.
he loved it and he hated it at the same time. And
Mm-hmm.
he was going to Hawaii to one of his beach house or something to take a break. And then when he got there, either Chris Columbus or Steven Spielberg flew out the entire child cast and had them stay in his home. So they were in his home when he got there, and he just wanted to get away from them.
Fucking evil. Funny as fuck, but evil. Oh my God, that's so mean. It was very funny.
A lot of stuff. I remember there was a lot of stuff cut from this movie. There is a part where at the end, Short Round, that's his character in Temple of Doom, Data. It talks about an octopus, and I guess they shot a thing where they were battling an octopus, and it actually showed up on one of the TV when it aired on TV as a TV cut, but they left it in the movie, which was weird. But other than that, I remember this being perfectly cast, and I mean everybody, from all the kids to the bad guys, Robert Davey and Joe Pantoliano as the brothers, and the fucking mother, Mama Fratelli, Anne Ramsey.
Oh, she was so good. Oh, yes.
Chunk.
Oh my God, so great.
This was the only movie he ever did. He did a couple TV shows and then became a lawyer, a Hollywood lawyer.
I mean, good for him. He was probably like, how do I stop kids from getting ripped off by their parents?
Yeah.
And here we are.
But Sean Astin, Josh Brolin, Corey Feldman as Mouth, Jeff Cohen as Chunk, Cary Green as Andy, Martha Plimpton as Steph. I love Martha Plimpton. She's in that Raising Hope. She's so good in that show.
Hold on. She played a lawyer on The Good Wife.
Wow.
And I think also on oh my God. She is the greatest in that. So fucking fantastic.
And then Ke-Huy Kwan as Data.
Yeah.
And
he's amazing, and he had a resurgence in his career.
He has now had a bit of a resurgence. And yeah, I loved him in Temple of Doom, a Short Round too. It's awesome. John Mazukak, I can't pronounce his friggin' name. He was a football player who played Sloth. Yes. One of the greatest characters ever.
Yes.
How long has it been since you've seen this movie?
10 or 15 years. Like at least 10. I think on the outside end it's 15.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I know it's been at least 10. And I'm pretty sure I was already living in this house the last time I watched it, because it happened to be on TV. But so that would probably make it about 2013, maybe. So about 13 years.
Yeah, it's been a little longer than that for me. I'd say 15, at least 15 years at the very least.
Yeah.
But I have seen it a lot.
Yeah.
A lot on TV. A lot on TV, because it played on cable a lot.
Yes.
But I just remember it. I'm not going to say it's a perfect movie, but I'm going to say a perfect kids movie.
I could agree with that. Like, from my memory, it did feel like a perfect kids movie, because it was everything that kids wanted to see in a movie.
Yeah.
Like kids from like 6 years old to 15, like it covered a lot of like a really big age group, which I thought was like super fucking fantastic, because it's so rare now to find a movie that can cover that large of an age gap. Now you're like, 6 to 8 year olds, 10 to 12 year olds, 14 to 16 year olds. Nobody's doing 6 to 15. Take your pick. They'll all enjoy this.
Now, they've been saying it for years, but apparently Chris Columbus has said that he has finished or almost finished the script for Goonies 2, along with his script for Gremlins 3. Gremlins 3 apparently is going ahead, and apparently Goonies 2, with most of the cast, is going to be a thing. Something to do with their kids. I don't know what they would do. It's too bad they didn't do it in 88 or 87, something like that, but I don't know. Better late than never, maybe, hopefully.
I would almost like a no stakes adventure. Like the kids have just heard these stories so much, so much, so much. One of the kids finds something in their parents' stuff and is like, oh my God, hey, we could find our own treasure. And they go off to do it. And then all the parents lose their minds.
Yeah, have to go after them.
Have to go after them. And they're like, why did we do this to our parents? I'm like, I love something like that. Cause I'm like, we don't need them to lose their houses or have the potential to lose their houses. Let's just let them have fun and drive their parents crazy. I'm down for that.
Now, the Goonies I almost ordered not a poster, but a tin, like
Sign?
vibe. Well, no, it's a smaller poster.
Yeah,
but it's made of tin, because the Goonies poster is very iconic. I would hang that without a doubt. I would hang.
Oh yeah.
Whether it looked like now the actual movie, if you go and look at the actual movie one, it is Josh Brolin's character hanging onto. Hey, we talked about that in Cliffhanger, that thing that drips from that pointy thing on the cave, and then it's every other character hanging on to each other's legs, going down, kind of like a mappish thing. The Goonies. I would do that poster or the DVD poster where it's them on top of the treasure. Yeah, I would put any of these posters up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. These posters are iconic.
Yes. Yeah, this would definitely look great in a family room, like a movie where you watch movies and stuff.
Hmm.
Let's see. Yep, that's exactly what I meant. Sorry, I'm looking for the taglines. Here we go.
It's okay.
So the taglines for the Goonies, a couple: take the oath, join the adventure.
Like it. I like it.
These are kind of long. They call themselves the Goonies: the secret caves, the old lighthouse, the lost map, the treacherous traps, the hidden treasure, and sloth. Join the adventure.
That's a lot of words.
Yeah. And then the pirates map, the villainous crooks, the underground caverns, the booby traps, the skeletons, the monster, and the lost treasure, and the magic that is the Goonies.
That's also a lot of words.
I like take the oath, join the adventure.
Yeah. Take the oath, join the adventure. Perfect.
All right, what do we think of budget of a 1985 Goonies? Now, gotta remember, Donner directing, Spielberg producing. What do we think the budget was? I'm gonna say it's probably high.
I'd say probably 15.
15? I'm gonna say about 25. Oh, 19. 19 million.
Nice, right in between.
Produced by Amblin Entertainment, that's Spielberg's place, and released by Warner Brothers. Yeah. Now, the Goonies box office. I know it had to have been decent.
Oh, I think it did gangbusters. Like, I think it killed at the box office.
It didn't. And that's
no.
No. It did okay. It made 64.3 and only 1.2 internationally, 85. It didn't make anywhere near what they were hoping. But it still made money. I think
it made a good chunk of money.
And then TV, videos, DVDs, I'm sure it made a lot of money back after the fact.
Oh yeah, there are people still watching this movie now.
Yes. Yeah.
And introducing it to their kids.
The Goonies was first released on VHS and Betamax in the United States in 1986, and Laserdisc and CED versions also did. Yeah, I thought I had Laserdisc as a kid. I did not. I had CEDs, which were a shittier version of the later Laserdisc. But a little bit better than VHS. And then, so it was released on June 7th. A lot of re-releases. Holy shit. 1985 and June 7th weekend. And it opened at number 2 behind Rambo First Blood Part 2. That was in its third week. But ahead of Fletch, A View to Kill, Perfect, Brewster's Millions, Beverly Hills Cops, Witness, Police Academy 2, The First Assignment, and Desperately Seeking Susan. There's a lot of cool movies.
Wow. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, and then it stayed in second the next week, and then it fell to third, fifth, seventh,
Yep.
10th, 13th, 14th, and it just went off. But it did okay. It definitely gained notoriety after the fact.
Yes. It was not an instant classic, we'll say.
Parents were just dicks and didn't take their kids to see it.
I mean, it makes sense.
How do you think the critics were to the Goonies? And it has to be good.
I think it's good. I'm not
saying 90, but
no, I think we're probably in the mid 70s.
And you'd be right. 77% out of 65 reviews, 250,000 user ratings comes in at 90%. So a little off. That
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. This is your pick. So if you want to look for something good, I'll look for a bad one. Who would say anything bad about this fucking movie? What's wrong with you people?
Let's start with Keith Garlington saying something good. So Keith in the movies. This sassy and hyperactive romp can be a bit too loud and boisterous, but it's hard not to respond to the heartfelt innocence and childlike charms that seep from nearly every pore of this beloved movie. 3.5 out of 5.
Dickhead Bill Chambers from Film Freak Central gives it 1 out of 4. I summed up the experience on Letterboxd as like being buried alive in a ball pit at Chuck E. Cheese. Which was equally true no matter where I started from. The Goonies is just so screamy.
Fuck off, Bill. If you want it quiet, stay home. Wesley Lavelle from Cinema Site says Goonies is an entertaining film that has a cult following of teens from the 80s who remember the film well. Adults will enjoy watching it with their children since it's a more subdued family film than what comes out today. 3 out of 4.
R.L. Schaefer from IGN DVD says, for some, The Goonies is a classic, but for others, this film is simply a mediocre kids flick. 6 out of 10.
Ooh, Allison Rose from Flick Direct says The Goonies may have been released 3.5 decades ago, but it stands the test of time. 4 out of 5.
Lacks charm, wit, or warmth, yet appears to remain a hit with children because of its frantic pace, slapstick gags, goofy characters, and slightly naughty language. Yeah. Dude, you missed the whole point. John J. Pucco from Movie Metropolis, 5 out of 10.
Gene Siskel from the Chicago Tribune. A funny juvenile wind-up toy about kids in perilous comic book situations. 3 out of 4.
Yeah, even he liked it.
Yeah.
Ken Hankey from Mountain Express gives it, 3 out of 5. All parceled up in one of those gooey money doesn't buy happiness endings so beloved by multimillionaire producers.
God, Ken. Jay Boyer from the Orlando Sentinel. You're reminded of what it was like as a child to trust in wishing wells and, without thinking very much about it, switch from walking along to skipping. God, that was so sweet, Jay.
Jeffrey Westhoff from the Northwest Herald gives it 0 out of 5. I find nothing entertaining about kids screaming for 2 hours. He's a boomer.
Okay, and here's my last one. Megan Basham from World. With a story by Steven Spielberg, it's like being able to share the fun of Indiana Jones with your kids without all the monkey brains and eyeball soup.
James O'Reilly, Sci-Fi Movie Page, gives it 1 out of 5 and says, loud music, even louder kids, loud sound effects makes for one of the most annoying motion pictures ever made. Well, you can't please everybody.
That's very true. Apparently, some people really like their lives to be quiet.
Over at IMDb, over 324,000 user ratings, comes in at 7.7.
Impressive.
Yeah. You can start with 10.
I am ready. Oh, wow. There's a lot of kind of repeats or similar ones. But I'm gonna go with this one. Steven Spielberg exercises the farthest reach of his imagination in this unforgettable tale of childhood adventures. That's from Anonymous Maxine, 10 out of 10.
And Gin and Tonic gives it a 9 out of 10 and said, okay, this is a long one. Imagine giving this film a low rating. You must either have A, zero taste in anything, B, a stick shoved up your ass, C, someone who thinks they're better than everyone else, or D, all of the above.
We're gonna go with D. Oh God. There's so many. This one. Kids adventure films, how fondly we remember. Hitchcock the Legend, 8 out of 10. It's true, they're getting harder and harder to find. I mean, now it's different. Now it's like superheroes or spies.
I mean, someone could, if you could make a movie with this much fun and that,
Yeah.
I don't know. It'd be nice. All right, me. Here we go. This is from Taylor 961380044. Gives it 7 out of 10 and says, too childish for adults, yet too adult for children. Perhaps that is why it was so loved in the first place.
Interesting thought process. Let me see. Ooh. Well remembered, but hardly a classic. Lee of Wine, Draka, 6 out of 10.
Once the main story kicks in, it's mostly senseless noise. MLJB784 gives it 5 out of 10. Actually, I take that back. This is a better one.
Okay.
Sorry. Runs like a haunted house attraction in a theme park. Frederick McJernis, 5 out of 10.
Excuse me. Highly overrated. Childhood memories make the rating of most people, not the movie. Cineraph, 4 out of 10.
It did not hold up to my memories, as few things do. 3 out of 10 and 486245.
So we got two people who basically said the same thing. God, are you the same people? No, you're two different people. It's weird though, because they're typed the same way. So I can like a lot of kinds of movies, but not this one. Rooster Davis, 2 out of 10. Then someone else was like extremely crude for a kids movie. I'm like, I don't remember that.
The only people who like this movie are those who saw it as children. Stadazzled, 1 out of 10. Yeah, there's a lot of pathetics, vulgar, junk, awful, horrible, disappointing.
There's so like I like one that's like, wow, pretty darn awful. I'm like, thank you.
Yeah.
For being so kind about that. It's pretty darn awful.
All right. Well, we have gone through everything but the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
So let me find one. Perfect. I've seen this so much. I know almost everything about this movie. I can play it in my head, not the entire thing, but I can spots.
Yeah.
And I'm still looking forward to watching this. Yeah, if this movie sucks, I'm going to be really, really upset. It can't suck.
Same. I say it can't. It can't. No. I refuse.
Wait a minute!
Steven Spielberg presents The Goonies, a Richard Donner film.
Time, chump. Hey, my friend's a map! Whoa, do you guys realize what we could do? I don't want to go on any more of your crazy Goonie adventures.
Meet Mikey.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
Brand. Andy.
Shame. Come on, Brand. Slip her the tongue. That's disgusting. No, I can't even look.
Mouth.
I gotcha. Now get out from behind her. You're ruining the painting. You're ruining my joke.
Stephanie. Data.
Booty banger. Oh, guys, isn't that neat?
And Chunk.
It's locked.
They call themselves the Goonies. They've stumbled onto a legend, but they're not alone.
Chunk, I hope that was your stomach. No. That's the it. Sounds like Kong.
Discover what they uncover.
Rubies and emeralds and diamonds.
The lost map.
Oh, this started the tunnel.
The secret caves.
Hey, Mikey! You can hear me! Run! Run! They're coming after you! Killer!
The hidden clues.
Mikey!
The treacherous traps.
Hello, Sheriff. I'm at the Lighthouse Lounge, and I want to report a murder.
Just like that last prank about all those little creatures that multiply when you throw water on them.
Take the oath.
They're here! Somebody's coming!
Join the adventure as Steven Spielberg presents The Goonies, a Richard Donner film.
It was such an 80s trailer.
Yeah, that was not a great trailer by any stretch. I did like the voiceover stuff, but that was not a good trailer.
No, it's not. But I mean, it was very indicative of the 80s.
Yeah.
Where they would just put scenes in that might match up with whatever the like voiceover was. And you're like, the trailer is not telling me a story, my friend.
No, like that part where they're like, it's locked and then Chunk busts it open. He screams and busts it open. Well, that's them talking about his mom.
Yeah.
And he gets so mad. Tries to. But that doesn't matter. I still think I'm going to love this movie. I am happy that I bought it.
I'm happy you bought it too.
Yeah. And I hope it looks even better in 4K. Yeah, no, I think I'm going to really like this movie. I've been talking it up to my daughter. So we are going to watch it. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. I'm really hoping I still love it. Because, God, it would really suck if but no, keeping positive. I'm going to love this movie.
Yeah. Well,
love it just as much as I used to.
What did we do? Gremlins. We loved Gremlins.
Yeah,
so,
we did. I think we were actually surprised at how much we loved it.
Yeah, how good it was. Yeah. It still was. Yeah. All right. Well, we are going back to 1985 to watch The Goonies. And when we come back, we are going to review it.
You heard them. Movie time. Let's all go to the lobby and get ourselves a treat. And then watch a classic kick-ass movie from whenever the one we're about to watch was made.
All right. Welcome back. Did you watch 1985 The Goonies?
Yes, I did.
Me too. What's your initial reactions?
This was like such a warm and cozy hug on like a wonderful Saturday morning. I mean, true, I watched it on a Thursday morning, but whatevs. It was so comforting and so sweet and so funny. And I completely forgot that was how this movie started. I didn't remember anything about the jailbreak. Not a thing.
I seem to have forgotten the first hour because the adventure doesn't pick up
until
like an hour into the movie.
Good chunk. But I remember from basically when the country club real estate guys show up at the house. Like, I thought the movie started there. And I was like, wait a minute, what's all this? I thought I had started the wrong movie. But I was like, no, this is the Goonies. And then I was like, holy shit. This is like a whole scene I didn't remember. But it was like through watching the entire thing, I was just like, God, this makes me feel so good. It was like, it is literally a hug. Because you see these kids running around being kids, like on their bikes, having adventures around the neighborhood, being fucking morons. Oh, my God, they're stupid, but they're fun stupid. And I'm like, if I was your parent, I'd be losing my shit. However, I'm not your parent, so this is very entertaining for me. But yeah, no, it was just, it was a very, very nostalgic,
Oh,
very warm, very
Jesus, yeah.
comforting. Like, it was just like, and it was funny because I watched it and I was like, would kids today still like this movie? And I'm like, I think they would. Like the younger set. I think once you get into the teens, if they didn't grow up watching it, they wouldn't have the same kind of appeal. Like if you're showing this to a 15-year-old, they're not going to be that into it.
No. I did watch this with my daughter. Actually, we all watched it, and
Yeah.
my youngest daughter fucking loved this movie. She laughed so hard throughout the whole thing, especially with. I forgot a lot of this movie and the nuances and the little comedy bits.
Yes.
Chunk.
Oh, fuck Chunk.
Jesus
Chunk's my
Christ.
favorite.
He is the best character, and in my review, him and the Fratellis. Oh my God.
He, honest to God, I was like, I forgot how much Chunk was in this movie and how fucking funny he was.
Oh.
I was like, my God, it's like a whole side quest. Him and the Fratellis are a whole side quest. And I'm like, what? I kind of want a sequel.
When they're fighting, when they're like trying to get him to talk.
Yes.
And he's telling them all the bad things he's ever done. When he's trying to eat the ice cream and they're trying to take it away from him.
When they're eating the ice cream in front of him and he's just watching the spoon. And I was like, oh my God, there's so many little things that I'm like, I don't know if this was on purpose. I don't know if this was him figuring it out. Jeff Cohen. I don't know. But I'm like, thank you. Thank you for giving this to me. Because it really is like, you have the kind of annoying older brother who does still like his younger brother. Yeah. Also seeing the inhalers. I was like, oh my God, those were big.
Yeah.
Like now it's a lot sleeker. I totally forgot the statue thing. And I was like, oh my God, this is
awesome.
I was like, what is happening? And then it was so funny because within like probably the first 3 minutes of seeing Corey Feldman on screen with Mouth, I was like, Mouth's a dick.
Yeah.
Why are they hanging out with him? He's such a dick. But I mean, every friend group has that person.
Yeah.
We're like, we're besties, but they're a dick. I was that person.
Yeah, no, when they were in the restaurant, which has obviously been closed forever, and Mama Fratelli's serving them water and stuff, but Chunk sees them carrying the body behind them. It's in the background, and just his expressions and almost like Abbott and Costello-ish type stuff, because they're like, and he's trying not to say anything because Mama Fratelli's there, and he's like, maybe there's things in here we don't want to see, maybe like dead. No, it's okay. It's not a perfect movie.
No.
By any stretch, but it is so much fun. This movie was so much fun. Yeah, the cast was amazing.
So good.
Especially for young people. Although Richard Donner said doing the like Chunk stuff by himself, fine. Doing it with like 3 or 4 of them in the same was a nightmare.
I can believe that.
Yeah. I would love to, and I bought the 4K before, and I'm glad I did. I'm hoping there is commentary.
Yeah.
With Richard Donner. I would love to watch that and get some inside stuff about how it was filming this movie. Yeah.
Well, wrangling kids at that point, like especially in the 80s, because you didn't have this same kind of studio system anymore that you had in like the 40s and the 50s, where you started with a kid actor and then you brought them up. And then if they grew into a beautiful enough person, you kept them working. If they didn't, then you let them go. Yeah. But here you didn't have the studio system anymore. So these are young kid actors. Some of them, it's their very first movie. Some of them, they've done a few. But essentially, especially in the 80s, children actors were treated like adults on set. Oftentimes. Yeah. So if that's the experience that they've had on other sets, they get on this one. I have a feeling they were treated more like children on this one. And you can see kind of that dynamic, but there's still some very adult, because it's 1985. Yeah. The experiences that parents were okay with children having, very, very different than today. Let me tell you, because I was watching it and I was like, I know at least half a dozen parents who'd be like, we can't watch that. The opening scene has a guy hanging from
Yeah.
a noose. And I was like, oh, like, true, he's not dead. And he cracks a joke immediately and then like releases himself. But still, it's that moment of, and I was like, man, I know a bunch of parents who would never let their kids see this.
Which is too bad.
Which is too bad. But hopefully they're like me and they forgot that entire scene ever happened and they show their kids the Goonies. Because even though it's a fun adventure for kids and also just straight up for kids. It's a fun adventure for kids. And I think a lot of parents think too in depth about it.
Yeah.
If you've taught your kids the difference between make believe and reality and you know what real life is, what film and TV is, and you've established if it's on TV doesn't mean it's real. Like it can be fake. Then this is a great fun romp that's just ridiculous for kids.
Oh.
And exciting and weird and kind of gross sometimes. But heartwarming and touching. And I'm like, you see a friend group who goes out and is just trying to save their home, which, by the way, that town is fucking so cute.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck the country club fuckers.
Yeah. No, I grew up in a town that was kind of like that. Just a small suburban-ish like town, but we didn't have a sea or an ocean. We had a pond, but I mean that type of the houses and stuff and kids were everywhere on bikes going everywhere. And yeah, it was a great looking town. I love Sloth. With the Baby Ruth and the kissing Chunk and
oh my
Chunk's
God.
like, oh, your breath smells like tuna or something along those lines. And
it was honestly, that was like the greatest friendship.
Yeah.
And it all starts from like Sloth just being like, oh, hey, buddy.
Or Chunk
being terrified.
Yeah.
And then they're besties.
Tied up in the sea, and then they're besties. Or even Chunk being in the freezer with the dead body. And
yeah,
I'm like, why did I not see more of like Jeff Cohen, who played Chunk, in anything? But he said that because he was in Family Ties, he was Amazing Stories. This was the only movie that he really did. And everything else was TV. And he basically liked acting. He did some voice work and stuff, but he lost his weight very quickly. And he goes, I didn't give up acting. Hollywood gave up on me. He goes, I 100%. Lost my weight. I looked cuter, not as Chunk. And those kids are a dime a dozen. Cute kids are a dime a dozen. Chunk, the way Chunk looked in Goonies, that's a character. And he lost it very quickly after that. And he just no more roles for him, which is kind of sad because I love that character.
It happens a lot in the acting and the film industry and the television industry. It's like they've decided something for you, and it's either you're close enough to what they want that they will pressure you and like fuck with your head until you reach what they want.
Yeah.
Or you're exactly what they want. And they're like, it's the perfect balance of a chunky kid who's not like fat, but he's fluffy fat.
Yeah.
And he's cute. And he's still really funny. And it's great. Because the funny fat kid was a brand in like the 80s and 90s.
Oh, yeah.
If you were fat, you were playing a funny character.
Yeah. Yeah. You were the funny character.
Yeah. So once you're not fat, they're like, well, now you can't be funny.
Yeah, it's not funny anymore.
It was a really fucked up.
Well, he also said that
90s are like a fucking fever dream. I swear to God.
He's also said that there weren't a ton of roles for kids. And he goes, and every part was a niche part. And he goes, I lost my niche. It was gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he became a
it's
Hollywood lawyer.
The same kids are rotating all throughout Hollywood. And especially in the 80s and probably the early 90s. I think in the mid to late 90s is when like Nickelodeon and Disney Channel like really pumped up their children's programming. So they were branching out, but you still had those Disney stars who, if they got like a TV show, then they got movies from that, like Raven Simone and Selena Gomez and Hilary Duff. Like they would do the TV show, and then they would be presented with movies and be like, okay, now we do this movie. Now we do this movie. And there was that career. And then that kind of pigeonholed them a little bit. So that by the time they became adults, all of a sudden they were like, can't keep working at Disney. Although
And that
Dave and
Funicello
Simone
did it.
and I think Selena Gomez both kind of went back with revivals of their old TV shows.
Mm.
It was, I mean, good for them. But yeah, no, I kind of feel bad for Jeff because I'm like, man, you were so great.
Yeah. No, this movie was great, like from beginning to end. It was funny and fun the whole way through. Like, it's funny seeing Josh Brolin. Because
Oh
Josh
my
Brolin
God.
now, like the roles that he has done,
Yes.
like I love Josh Brolin. Like I love him as Thanos in Deadpool, but No Country for Old Men, Sicario. Like he's done some amazing movies. But to see him as a Goonie was funny.
He just did Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out.
Yeah,
It's on
I haven't
Netflix.
seen that one yet, but
So good. And
Is
he
it?
is
Yeah.
such a dick. And
the
I was
last two were so good. The Onion movie.
Oh
and
my
then the
God,
first one, Knives
yes.
Out.
I just
can't-
rewatched the first one. I haven't rewatched Glass Onion, but just before this one came out, and I was like, oh, it's so good. Those movies are amazing. But yeah, no, he's really good in it, and everything I've seen him in, I'm like,
Yeah.
you're really good.
Yeah.
And
And then,
he's worked
but
a lot. Damn.
Robert Davey, Joe Pantoliano, and Anne Ramsey as the Fratellis.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. They were awesome.
They were so fantastic.
And they were really bad people. Like
Oh my
you're
God.
laughing at them and stuff and you're enjoying them, but they murdered people. They were
They're
going to murder
so
these
terrible.
kids.
Yeah, they were totally fine with it. They were
Yeah.
like, eh. She's
They
like,
kept their brother Sloth locked up and chained.
like a 13-inch TV. Buy him a bigger TV, jerks. But I was like, yeah, no, they're terrible, terrible people. Like absolutely just trash. They're absolute trash. But they have this like weird charm to them. Where you're like, I'm not that mad. Look at you singing opera.
Yeah. Getting mad at his brother and throwing food at him.
Oh
Or
my
going to
God.
shoot his other brother because he's eating
Yes.
pepperoni pizza.
See, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go through the Goonies.
Yes.
Okay. Facing foreclosure of their homes in the Goondocks area of Estonia, Oregon, to an expanding country club, a group of boys who call themselves the Goonies, Mikey Walsh, Richard, Data Wang, Clark Mouth Devereaux, and Lawrence Chunk Cohen gather for a final weekend together. While rummaging through the Walsh's attic, they come across a 1632 doubloon and an old treasure map purporting to lead to a treasure of the legendary pirate One-Eyed Willie, believed to be located somewhere nearby. I know, I love how Mikey thinks he sees something in the picture. He doesn't want to break it, so he's like, "Hey, Chunk,
Calls
hold
Chunk
this."
over. Hold
Because
this.
he knows Chunk.
Why?
will
Why do you want
fucking
me to hold?
break
Just
it.
hold it. It's fine. And then he drops it. And they were like, great, thanks. Because they establish, and that's also something that really.
I was just about to say,
really-
yeah.
They establish each character's like character. They establish them so well, so quickly.
Yeah.
You know exactly who is who. You know exactly what they're known for. And you know exactly, like, even, what's his name? Mouth translating for Rosalita.
That was funny.
That was hilarious. And I was like, man, this kid's such a dick. But that's funny.
And you
Yeah,
tell him
but-
this is where the broom and the cleaning supplies are, and then he's like telling her in Spanish, like,
if you don't do a good job, you're
going
going to get locked up in there for 2 weeks with no food or water. She's like, this is a crazy house. And I was like, girl, why are you still there? And then the mom's like, okay, Rosalita. Yeah.
And then I like how Chunk, because they established him because he's always breaking something like the statue, and he catches it. And he's like, you thought I was going to drop. And then he does drop it and break the penis off of it.
He breaks the penis off, and then they're like, okay, well, what about, that's my mom's favorite part.
And he glues it on the wrong side up, so it looks like a
Yeah.
boner.
Oh my God. It's a bunch of, but you know, he's the clumsy one who's
Yeah.
always eating. You know, Mouth is the rude one who's kind of a bully and very audacious. You know that Mikey is the one who kind of lives in his own little world, and he just wants to kind of, and he's got asthma. You know that Brandon works out a lot, and he has a date with Andy on Friday, but he failed his driver's test. Oh my God. You know, that Data like comes up with stuff and invents stuff, but he's always breaking shit with his inventions. Like screen door, screen door, screen door. And he comes crashing through. And you're just like, you see who these kids are immediately. And yes, I remember when we were talking about it, there was one review where it was like, it was just a bunch of screaming, like just a bunch of kids like being loud and screaming at each other and da 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 da. And it distracts. And I'm like, I kind of see that point. But also, if you've ever gotten a group of like 6 preteen boys together.
Oh, fuck.
Jesus Christ. They never stop.
No.
Unless you put a video game in front of them. Then they take little breaks between their trash talking. But they're always fucking chirping at each other. So I'm like, it just sounds like kids. It's a lot of kids, but it sounds like kids. But anyways. Yeah, I like that. Chunk hold this.
Yeah. Seeing the treasure as their last chance to save their homes, the boys overpower and bind Mikey's older brother, Brandon Brand, to get past him and make their way to an abandoned restaurant on the coast that coincides with the map. Yeah, that was funny. Though, I mean, he could have gotten out of that. Didn't look that.
100%. But I think that kind of adds to the joy of it. Because I was sitting there going, are you telling me you can't move your arms forward? Like, come on, you big strong man. But when the mom comes home, the chair has toppled over. He's laying there and she's like, okay, sweetie, where's your brother? Keeps walking. Mom, Rosalita. She's just walking by. She's like, nope, I'm not going to do it.
And they also let the tires out of his new bike.
I know. He was so mad, but then he stole Data's sister's bike with the training wheels.
Yeah.
He just took off on it.
Brand soon follows alongside Andrea Andy Carmichael, a high school cheerleader with a crush on him, and her tomboy best friend, Stephanie Steinbrenner. Yeah, that's where we meet Troy, who keeps moving the mirror to look down her.
Fucking perv.
Look at her breasts and her in between her.
I'm like, Jesus Christ. And even better, I'm like, Andy, do you need the ride home that bad?
Yeah.
Girl.
Yeah, you got in the car with him.
No, we've all gotten into, let me rephrase that. Almost every single woman in the world has gotten into a car with a perv that you didn't think was going to be that pervy. You're like, yeah, he's interested, but whatever. Like, he's not going to be like rude or gross. And then he does something rude or gross. And you're like, ew, I am not letting you drop me off at home. You can drop me at the corner here. And they're like, no, I'll take you right to your door. And you're like, no, you won't. I don't want you to know where I live. Goodbye. That's what she could have done. But she was also on a road in the middle of the forest because this is like Oregon. So.
The group soon discovers that the derelict restaurant is a hideout for the Fratelli crime family, Francis, Jake, and their mother. The Goonies find a tunnel in the basement and follow it. But Chunk leaves to alert the police after being mistakenly locked in the freezer. Yes, this whole scene is amazing, where they see the Fratellis leave, then they go in to take a look, and then they leave again, and then they decide to go because the Fratelli moms, and they say it's a restaurant and all this shit. It's so dumb, but it's so funny.
Oh yeah,
it is so good.
There's nothing complicated about this movie.
No. Oh, no.
And I think that's super important. Like, there are no layers.
No. It's what you see is what you get.
Exactly.
Yeah. I like the water is gross. And then, of course, Mouth is like, no, I don't want just water. I want spaghetti. And then she grabs him by the cheeks.
Veal scallopini.
We serve tongue. Brings out her knife. Chunk flags down a nearby car to go to the sheriff's office, but it turns out to be the Fratellis, who kidnap and imprison him. They interrogate him until he reveals where the Goonies have gone and begin pursuit. Chunk is left behind alongside their hulking and deformed younger brother Sloth, whom he befriends. Again, actually, it's hard to again. This is a great scene. They're all great scenes. They're all fun. They're all funny. Everything about this movie is fun.
Yes.
But yeah, him meeting Sloth for the first time, that was pretty good.
It's a great like back and forth where you're kind of like, and it's all about preconceived notions and like just everything's scary to him.
Yeah.
Everything's scary to Chunk.
Well, Sloth, yeah, because he freaks out when he sees Chunk, because Sloth, because he's deformed. Then Chunk puts his food closer to him so Sloth can eat. So Sloth now likes him, and he's like, "Wow, do you want to share a candy bar?" And throws it, hits Sloth in the head, and then he can't reach it. So he rips the chains out of the wall to get to the Baby Ruth.
Like busts out for the Baby Ruth. But just general freedom, nah, it's okay. I'll just stay chained up.
Chunk's like, "Wow, mister, you're even hungrier than I am." And the Chunk's Sloth is so happy, he picks Chunk up and gives him a big kiss.
Oh, it's fantastic.
After Sloth frees them both, Chunk calls the sheriff, who thinks it's another one of his tales. Chunk and Sloth follow the trail of the Fratellis. So the kids are down in there, down underneath the city, following the treasure map. The Fratellis are following them, and now Chunk and Sloth are following everybody. The Goonies evade several deadly booby traps along the tunnels and obtain candles from the skeletal remains of a previous treasure hunter, Chester Copperpot. Yeah, this is where they kind of get discouraged because Chester Copperpot, someone that actually did it for a living, is dead, got killed by a booby trap.
Yeah, so they're all like, "Oh, no, we can't do this.
Yeah.
We're just a bunch of kids."
Okay, so I'm just reading ahead here. So they're already at the pirate ship here. So they get to the wishing well.
Yeah.
First they think it's the treasure, but it's just the wishing well. And they're all Troy's above, who wish that he could make it with Andy. And Andy happens to be down the well. So they're going to get rescued. But Mikey is like, "We made it farther than anybody. And there's obviously a treasure here. This might be our one chance." And they all decide to go on and look for the treasure.
It's really great. And also, we need to point out the incredible monumental choice that Andy made by sending up Troy's letter sweater.
Oh, that's right. And he calls her
the lettered sweater
Goonie.
Was sent up. "You Goonie." You're like, "Shut up, Troy. Shut up, dickwad. Who says make it?"
And the booby traps are great. The rocks falling from the ceiling, the piano trap was cool.
Piano trap was so good.
The continuity is off between the rocks falling there. I don't know if you noticed.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But again, it's very forgivable.
For continuity issues like that, I'm more anal about story continuity than I am prop continuity. However, depending on the prop and how pivotal it is to the story, you just needed to know that there were less rocks available to them to stand on.
Yeah.
In the piano scene. So as long as that was conveyed, I'm not that, but I'm also wondering, did the continuity person have the day off?
Yeah. And then the slides going down, or the water.
Yeah.
They were water slides, but it was like rock stuff. That was cool too. Everything, yeah. And as a kid, I can totally see where I and every kid that watched this movie and loved it, it's just a kid's version of your Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yes, 100%.
You can't do everything Harrison Ford could do, but you could do this.
Yes. This made more sense.
Yeah.
This was like, this is normal. I can't fly anywhere. I can't, but I can ride my bike down to the coastline.
Yeah.
If you have a coastline. Down to the forest, I can ride my bike to an adventure. There we go.
Yeah, I can't fall. I don't want to fall in a room filled with snakes, but I could go down that water slide. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Then they get to finally they do get to the pirate ship, which I do remember reading that it was actually at scale model. They made it at scale, and they didn't show the kids until they actually filmed the scene to try to get they almost all of the stuff they did it this way to get a kind of reaction out of the kids. But yeah, that was an impressive prop.
Oh my God,
it looked great.
It was amazing. I was like, I want a pirate ship like that.
Yeah. While barely staying ahead of the Fratellis, they finally reach the grotto where Willie's pirate ship, the Inferno, is anchored. The group finds the ship filled with treasure, and they start filling their pockets. But Mikey warns them not to take any of the set of scales in front of Willie's skeleton, considering that to be their tribute to him. As the Goonies are plotting their escape, the Fratellis appear and strip them of their hull. That was funny when Mama Fratelli is like, you're the one they call mouth. Why are you being so quiet? And she's pulling the pearls out. She's like, ooh,
Yeah.
oh my goodness.
And then she's like, is there more? Spit it out. And he really does. And there's a lot of spit that comes with those jewels.
Oh,
and I'm
yeah.
like, oh, that's one thing. Spit and like saliva. I have such a problem with that in movies.
Yeah, it's kind of gross.
I'm like, it's so gross. So when all of that saliva starts coming out, I was like, oh my God. And she's just holding that. Oh.
They then start to bind the Goonies' hands and make them walk the plank until Chunk and Sloth arrive and distract the Fratellis long enough for the Goonies to jump overboard and swim to safety. Bran saves Andy from drowning and they share a kiss. Oh yeah, before that they did the bathroom thing where Mikey goes into the wrong area and Andy thinks it's Bran and she kisses Mikey.
Yeah. I mean, good for them.
Because Andy's like, what happened to your braces? And he's like, I don't have braces, Mikey.
And then and then she kisses him again because she's like, okay, well, we're just going to pretend that didn't happen. Bye.
The Fratellis proceed to grab all the treasure they can, including those on Willie's scale, which triggers one last booby trap, forcing them to drop the treasure. The Goonies attempt to use the last candle, only to find a stick of dynamite, causing the grotto to cave in. With Sloth's help, the Goonies and Fratellis barely escape. Yeah, Sloth props up the big boulder and they go underneath, but he can't go with them. That was kind of sad.
That was very sad. Poor Sloth.
Sloth is like, Sloth loved Chunk. The group emerges on Estonia's beach where the Goonies reunite with their families and the Fratellis are arrested by the police. The Goonies prevent Sloth's arrest and Chunk invites Sloth to live with him while he accepts. Well, what else is he going to do? And
Well, it wasn't really an invite. He was like, you're going to live with me now. I'm going to take care of you. And I was like, maybe you should run this by your mom.
A side note, there is a small little skit and it actually stars a lot of child actors.
Yeah.
Who are in a support group.
Mm-hmm.
But it's as if because it's like, what's his name? Zach Galligan from Gremlins. And he's complaining about having to live with the Gremlins still, and Gizmo's getting old and senile. But the one character who's supposed to be Chunk is complaining about Sloth, who now has turned to drinking and stuff. And then all of a sudden you hear, hey, you guys. And they look over and it's a naked Sloth. And the guy's like, Sloth, goddammit, I told you not. And a big kerfuffle happened. Oh my God, it's one of the funniest fucking things I've ever seen.
I'm going to look that shit up.
Anyways, just as Mr. Walsh is about to sign the foreclosure papers, the Walsh's housekeeper Rosita discovers that Mikey's marble bag is filled with some of the ship's jewels. This is one of the problems I had with the movie. I'll get to that in a second. That had not been seized by the Fratellis and tells Mr. Walsh not to sign. He triumphantly rips up the papers, declaring that they have enough money to negate the foreclosure. As the Goonies are recounting their adventure to the dumbfounded police and press, everyone's attention is drawn to the Inferno, having broken free of the grotto, sailing off to majestically on its own distance. That is our movie. The problem I have was just because you could lead your fucking parents back where there's a fucking treasure. And maritime law, I looked it up, Mikey was the first one, has the treasure to set foot on the thing. That is, under maritime law, that ship belongs to him and everything on it. But who gives a shit? That's
well, no, because that's always been the problem that I had with this movie. Because I was
go back and get the rest of the treasure.
Go get the rest of it. The boat's there.
It's right there, dude.
It's still seaworthy, as in it's not going to sink.
No,
because it's been floating this entire time. It's not like
going that
on
fast.
A dry dock. It's not going that fast. Like, get a motorboat. Like, ask the police, can I borrow a boat?
Yeah.
There's the Coast Guard, and be like,
I'll
that's
make it
my
worth
boat.
your while.
I'll make it. I'll make a donation to the police foundation. Like, hook a sister up. Let's go. They could have gotten it. So I don't know why, but also the jewels that they had. That's a good chunk of money. Oh, sure. Yeah. But it's not buy an entire town money.
No.
Buy an entire town money is still on the boat.
Yeah.
Go get the boat.
That was the only gripe I had. I mean, there were other mistakes in the movie, sure, but that's the only gripe. But it took nothing away from
Here's
the movie.
Thing. Yeah. It took nothing away from the movie. And even the other mistakes in the movie don't take away from the movie.
No. No. Okay, so this was an Anna. I'll go first. Okay, so I wrote mine down. Let me bring it up. Oh, okay. Oh my God. If you remember liking, or dare I say loving, the Goonies, rest assured it is absolutely as fun as you remember. Not only do all the classics hit, the Truffle Shuffle, the Baby Ruth, Data's ridiculous gadgets, mouth-butchering Spanish translations, but there are jokes in here that completely flew over your head as a kid. Watching it now, you get a whole second layer of comedy, and it is hilarious. The cast? Perfect. Mikey, Data, Mouth are lightning in a bottle. Bran trying to hold it all together, Steph rolling her eyes, Andy screaming at everything, even the side characters, the maid, Troy, Mrs. Walsh being the most mom ever. They all add to it. But let's be honest, the shining stars, Chunk, Sloth, and the Fratellis. Every scene with them works. The timing, the chaos, the heart. It's just magic. This movie is funny, exciting, and then funny all over again. And the nostalgia, it launches it into another stratosphere. I cannot stress enough how hard I laughed. I laughed a lot in this movie. And I laughed a lot because my 8-year-old was fucking killing herself. So it was magic that way as well. And here's something I forgot. The adventure doesn't even really start until almost halfway through. The first chunk of the movie is just a character development, kids being kids, and it absolutely pays off. When they finally go underground, you're already invested. Now, here's the part that made it even better for me. Like I said, I watched it with my kids. My youngest thought it was the funniest thing she had ever seen. Seeing it through her eyes was it elevated to something special. That's when you realize this isn't just nostalgia. It actually holds up. Is it perfect? No. There are continuity errors, a couple plot holes, some 80s logic leaps, but it is perfect because the fun factor forgives everything. Director Richard Donner and crew made a true family classic, one that, at least in this house, absolutely stands the test of time. It's pure joy from start to finish. This is a buy, full price, 4K Blu-ray, and the best part, it's still widely available. Like, you can grab this. I paid $12 for this, brand new from Amazon. But if you remember loving Goonies and haven't revisited in a while, go get it, go watch it. Goonies never say die. The movie is not perfect, but it is a whole lot of fun. It's so much fun. The nostalgia goes through the roof. And watching it with my daughter, my IMDb is a 10. It's not a perfect movie, but it is a perfect movie experience. Absolutely. 10. Easy. 10. I love this movie. I had so much fun watching this movie.
No, and I agree. I almost agree. It is a hard buy for me, like a hard buy, full price. Like, don't even worry about it. Like, $20-25, do it. 30, go.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Worth it. Why? Because it's one of those movies where it's all about the story and the characters and this adventure that they go on. They're not looking into anything super deep, but you get glimpses into like character flaws or character depth. You get glimpses into it. So it's not like a completely one-dimensional story, but it's not The Grey. We're not examining super serious themes here. It's about a bunch of kids who want to stay in their homes, and they're like, let's go on a treasure hunt. And they do. And they collect more people along the way, and they have their villains who are trying to stop them and trying to swipe and it's all very low threat or low cost threat. It's very childlike. The entire movie is very much a child telling the story. So it is really great for young people to watch, and it's really great for the parents who watched it as a kid to watch again and to have this really, it really is just like a warm hug. Like you want to curl up, and I did. I grabbed one of my favorite fuzzy blankets, wrapped it around my shoulders, curled up with a cup of tea, watched this movie, and I was like, God, I love this. And here's the thing. Did I laugh really loud through the entire thing? No. There were a few points where I laughed really loud, but I had a smile on my face through the entire thing.
Yes.
I had a perma smile. I gave a few giggles, usually for Chunk, but I gave a few giggles. And, I laughed out loud a few times. And I was like, God, I remember this. Oh, God, that's so cool. Or Ah, man, pirate ship. I wish I had a pirate ship. No joke. So, I mean, like, there was a lot of, like, childlike wonder that ends up with you while you're watching it. And you're just like, because I think it really is a story about the kids, for the kids.
Yeah.
It almost feels by the kids, because we don't look at the parents at all. We never get a cutaway to the parents worrying about where their kids are. But you find out afterwards, once the kids get on the beach, that the parents have been looking for them this entire time. That they called the police. Like, there's been frantic worry.
Mm-hmm.
But the only thing for this movie is, what adventure are the kids having? And that's the only story that's told to us.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's what I love. And that's what made me smile. I mean, other than just the kids, you know, me eventually saying, God, Mouth is such a dick. Jesus Christ. Oh, Mikey's so gullible. Like, he's so, like, just almost innocent and naive. God bless. And I'm like, man, Data's that kid that I don't want in my house because he's going to break some shit.
Yeah.
Oh, Chunk too. Chunk's going to break some shit, but he's adorable. And I mean, if I have extra food I need to clear out, I'm going to invite Chunk over because like, he can't stop eating. He's always got food. But these are things you start learning about within the first, like, half an hour of the movie. You know who everybody is. Mm-hmm. And you're invested. And you want to see them succeed. And they do. And you're just like, man, the world needs a better place. Also, fuck gentrification. So while I say this is a buy, I'm giving it a 9. Because I firmly believe there are things that could have been done a little bit better in the movie. But the movie as it is damn near perfect as a watching experience.
Yeah.
Whether you're watching it for the first time as a younger person or if you're rewatching it as an adult, because I was very afraid to rewatch this because I loved this movie as a kid. And I love this movie even up to the last time, which I think the last time I saw it in its entirety, I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
So it was like 20 years ago. So that was the last, and I was like, man, I've been afraid to watch it because I'm like, what if it disappoints me? It doesn't. Am I probably going to rewatch this again soon? Yes, now that I've broken the seal. And I'm like, oh God, thank God I don't hate it. I still really love this movie. I can watch it again. And I think there's a very good rewatchability for this. It's fun. It's light. It's very childlike.
Yeah.
Innocent. It's a good time. So anyways, 9 and go buy it.
Yeah. All right. Well, that is The Goonies. So yeah, no, it was, like I said, it's not a perfect movie, but it is a perfect experience, like movie experience. It's just fun. It's just a fun movie.
I'm super curious to see, because I think I saw a reaction of an adult. I think he'd grown up, I don't know if it was Amish or in a cult, something like that. But he never watched child entertainment. So he never watched any of the kid movies that everybody else did. And he ended up watching the Goonies. Like his boyfriend made him watch the Goonies. And he was like, this is so fun. This is so fun. So I was like, oh, thank God. Adults who have never seen it before like it too.
Yeah. No, it's definitely, like I said, I would buy on Apple. It's worth buying and having. Like I said, the 4K, it's in mass production still, so it's still, you can still get it for less than $15. It's definitely, and it comes with like a commentary with, like I said, Richard Donner, and it has the making of, and oh look, it even has Cyndi Lauper music video. Good enough.
Yes,
there you go.
It's a good song.
Yeah, no, it's great. This will be right up there, I'm sure, as my favorite movie of this year being reviewed. It'll definitely be in the top 10. Unless we watch 10 more movies that are better than it. I don't see how that's possible, but maybe, you never know. Not if I'm picking. It could happen. I have a tendency to pick real bad movies. Well, thank you for coming back to 1985 and going over the Goonies with us. If you have not seen it lately, yeah, you really should. It's so much fun, especially if you have kids. Introduce it to them. Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah.
So we have 2 enthusiastic buy-its and a 10 and a 9. All right. Until the next movie we remember liking.
congratulations. You just had one of your childhood movie memories vindicated. Or they just eviscerated it. I don't know. This is a generic one-size-fits-all type of ending to the podcast. So thank you for listening, and please join Anna and Jimmy next time for another episode of the I Remember Liking That Movie podcast. If you dare to go back and watch that movie you remember liking,